Hello and welcome. Someone asked me to show the process for blending my crazy art-destroying art form. So I'm going to show you the process. I'm going to do it with You Really Got Me by the Kinks and the cover by Van Halen. It's a bit more difficult than regular tracks I might do. Well, not regular tracks, but of all the tracks I've done, there's some of them are dance tracks and, you know, kind of locked to a MIDI beat and that kind of thing. And some of them are just bands with no metronome, just playing the music. Those are obviously a bit harder to do the thing with. But let's look at what happens when I try to break the music. So let's go. Here we go. Let's listen to the beginning of this. I need to get first. I need a tempo. I'm going to tap a tempo on. I've got a device from Korg that I used to sync my old monotribe with other things with, and that's got a tap tempo on it, so I'm going to use that instead of using the tap tempo in live to kind of do it difficultly. Let's do it like this. Okay, let's play. So I've got about 136. So at the moment, none of these are warped. They're all the warping's turned off, and I'm going to set it to 136. So I can ultimately, I'm going to do is this bit here. That's the on. That's the one of the bar. So I'm going to do a set warp 3, warp from there at that tempo, and just to get an idea, I've got them turn the metronome on. And I'm just going to follow the track through. You really got me going. You got me. Just see where that metronome hits. Yeah. Quite good at the moment. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Sometimes I'll be using these snares because they tend to snap a bit more out of the signal than a kick might do, especially from these old recordings. So that's like, I'm just going to stick another marker there and pull that there. See if that tightens up. Yeah, you really got me now. I'm going to pull that back there. Let's change it to Complex Pro as well so we don't get a glitchy. Really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. That snare feels like it's hitting a bit sooner. I've got to remember, I mean, I don't want to destroy the humanity of the performance, but I do need it to like have the main beats on beat, because I'm going to be switching between them. That's the whole point of this, switching between another version of the track, which I will also be not quantizing, but pulling towards the beats a bit closer than they might have been delivered in the original performance. Okay, so let's carry on. Yeah, you really got me. Just pull that on there. Got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah. Okay, let's pull that. That feels like I'm running a bit tight. Oh yeah. So there's a kick there. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so. Ooh, it's getting dense there, isn't it? Let's. Oh yeah, you really got me. Right, so there's a snare there. We can probably. Yeah, there's definitely a snare there. So we'll stick a marker in there and pull that. You really got me now. That sounds like that hits on that metronome. Oh yeah, you really got me now. Might just pull this one. I think that's. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me. Bang on that one. Let's put that snare on that beat there. You really got me. Pull that back there because that was. Let's actually pull. I think that little spark there is the. You really got me. You really got me. See, don't ever set So now we can use the snares to put this.
Don't ever set me free. I always wanna be by your side.
See how far through we are? Oh, not even halfway through.
Really got me now.
Okay, so we're slipping around here. Let's pull that back.
Yeah.
That on there. Is that right? No. Okay, what's gone wrong here? Let's inspect back here a few bars.
I always wanna be by set me free. I always wanna be by your side.
All sounds okay.
Yeah.
Put that there. Let me just. Oh no, I haven't saved it. Double click that. Double click this here. Actually, we're going to undo that because I saw a crazy stretch going on there. Let's double click that. Just put that there. And pull him back there.
Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night.
Getting a bit loose there. Let's pull that guy there.
You got me so I can't sleep at night. So I can't sleep at night. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I
mean, the metronome's fairly on.
Oh yeah, yeah, you really
Oh, there's this big transient there. It seems to be. If that reckons there's a transient there. Sounds like it hits on that beep. Yeah, for the moment. It's sometimes better to gauge the, especially with these kinds of performances, the drums are quite dense and not really poking out of the mix that much. It's sometimes better to just get a rough estimate, keep the bars in position, and do the fine tuning when I've got the other track lined up and I'm doing a kind of comparison. Oh, okay, here we go. Let's put that on. Oh, this is dense. There's definitely a snare there, look at that. Let's pull that. Oh, this is dense, isn't it? Is that supposed to be on there? Let's have a look. Yeah. They're supposed to be on that, so we can do confidently position those.
Don't ever set.
Oh, let's just.
Don't ever set me free. I always.
That guy goes here. But let's pull this one back.
Don't ever set me free. I always wanna be by your side, girl. Side, girl. You really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah, you really got
Plonk a few markers down so when I do some pushing and stretching later on, it doesn't destroy the positions of all this.
You really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, we're getting a bit of looser here, so I think there's something there. Let's undo that. So there's definitely a snare there. Let's see what's going on here. Maybe sound like That could go there, and that would line up with this happening back here.
Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me.
Pretty alright. They must have. Maybe they did it to a metronome.
You really got me. You really got me.
What a tight little, beautiful little number. So, that now is roughly kind of tracked out in the length of the track. So let's just make sure we're not losing any of the start. Pull this guy here and look. Now we're going to move on to Van Halen. And just do just a rough time quantize. So again, this note as the on. So we'll warp. Oh, let's get a quick tempo. It could be a bit faster because it's Van Halen and they rock. Do they not? I'm gonna just turn the metronome off.
Girl, you really got me now.
Oh, it's like 140, 139. Okay, so we'll put that up to here. And warp about that from there. And it shouldn't be too wrong. But we'll find out. So let's put that up there. So they're starting in the right place. There's 4 of those to begin with. That should be good enough. There we go, that's fixed all that. See, sometimes you have to be careful when using Ableton's transient detection stuff because transients are weird objects, and sometimes the transient of a kick is actually the low stuff. Is the low volume stuff, and then high energy happens as the pitch is kind of descending, and that's sometimes what Ableton thinks is the transient start, and it isn't always. So it could be careful. I can see that the kick is actually like here. So, well, the transient of the thing is back there. So we'll pull that back just a tiny touch. That's actually a snare, isn't it? Put it back to there.
Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know.
What a weird, weak-sounding snare, but let's carry on.
You really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing.
Let's pull that back there.
Got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Girl, you really got me now.
Let's just make sure.
You really got me now. You got me so I don't know where I'm going, yeah. Oh yeah, you really got me
Oh, okay, so we're rushing now. Well, they're rushing, so let's kind of steady this out a little bit, I think.
now. You got me so I don't know where I'm going, yeah. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so
There's another snare. Let's pull them in place.
I can sleep at night. You really got me. Oh, you really got me. Oh, you really got me. Please. Oh, you really got me. Please don't ever let me.
Just tighten this.
Please don't ever let me be.
Oh, they're a bit sloppy, aren't they?
Please don't ever let.
Or is it just the timing of this? Let's have. I want to pull something a bit later on, so I'm not making adjustments too close to each
Don't ever
other.
let me be. I only wanna be.
That's a snare, so we're going to put that there.
Don't ever let me be. I only wanna be. Don't ever let
lot of loose playing here.
I only wanna be by your side.
Luckily, we've got the drummer to rely on. That's what we like to feel. Anyway, you should be able to rely on a drummer, right? Interesting, they sped up and slowed down in the...
You really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing, yeah. Oh yeah, you really got me now. Got me so I can see that night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me. Oh no, no.
Just put that a little bit better on. We've got to go on really a snares here, so let's just line them up. Okay, let's pull that up here. Bit of a rushed fill there, but never mind. Sounds a bit weird. Why is that? Now if we pull that guy here, stay there. 3, 4. Let's pull that there. Pull them back on. The big obvious snares.
Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing.
Ooh, there's some stuff happening up here. Let's sort that out.
You really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing.
Drink tea. Drink tea plaything.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, let's that guy there.
I don't know what I'm doing. Girl, you really got me now. Got me so I can sleep at night.
And there's the bar there. Let's put him there. Tighten some of this up. I think that goes there. 3, 4, 2. Okay, rush in a bit there. It looks like a transient there. Let's guess. Let's guess. I mean, that's a big fat snare there, so let's just pull that back. Tiny tiddle here. Let's just want to pull him back there. And this guy there. I mean, since I'm going to be switching like track on the hard beats, like the 1, 2, 3, 4, I need the snares and the kicks that exist on those hard beats to be on, basically. Otherwise, weird flamming sounds even worse than originally intended. There's a transient there we could pull. Okay, so assuming they were going for the same beats that it's check it. And then a lump of craziness at the end. Listen to Eddie. What a guy. Right, so look, there's a lot of extra stuff here. Let's just get rid of... We don't need... Well, notice I do have the MIDI running a little bit early in order to... Because the windows that we're switching between, the kind of audio windows that are being routed through my little Plogue environment, that I'll speak about briefly, I need to compensate, because otherwise I miss the ons. I miss the on beats because we've got fade-ins. So this is the MIDI channels hitting a little bit earlier, but I want to hide that. Where's that? There, okay, there we go. So, first of all, let's just get the keys right.
You really got me going. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing.
That is...
Yeah, you really got me.
God, it's in, like...
So I can't sleep at night.
Let me just route my piano tech to that. So that can be heard. Devices, active output. Let's stick it in the black hole. That should come out. Doesn't come out because... Never mind. I can hear it. And hopefully the mic will hear it as well. So let's just... So this track... It's like a flat A flat. So it's not really got an actual... It's not tuned to concert pitch or anything like that. And I don't want to change it. I don't want to... But one of the principles I'm employing in this ridiculous art is to not change as much as I can about the original performance. Like adjust the cover to fit the original. That's kind of one of the hardline principles of this whole damn project. So I need to fit that. I need to fit Eddie Van Halen. What key is this in? Like a flat and A flat as well. They seem to have gone to some dropped tuning as well. So they're not that far off. What we're going to do is listen to them like this. Hard panned. And I need to actually mono that so I can hear what's going on. Panorama width. There we go. Okay, so let's just, I don't want to loop it so much as just play it a few times so I can hear what's going on. So this sounds, that's definitely sharp, right? It's nicely out of tune, love that, love that. Put it down. I don't want it to.
Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night.
I mean, there's a tune, but I think I'm happy about that.
You got me so I can't sleep at night.
Okay. That sounds ultimately dreadful, which is what we're looking for. So now we need to just arrange Van Halen underneath the Kinks, which I'm just going to name that. The Inks. Kinks. He's got a kink. And that's Van Halen. So let's just go through and, I mean, we can ultimately, it's quite useful because we can sort of see the arrangement in the waveform to some degree. So let's have a look what we've got. I'm just going to mark the main parts.
You really got me.
So that's where we start singing.
So I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah.
And there's a key change there. I'm not going to name them, we don't really need to. Just gonna... That's another key change there.
You really got me. You really got me.
And then back to the verse again. Okay, so let's just tackle this first lump here. What have we got? Let's turn that over there again.
You really got me going.
So already we're a bar or 4 behind. Let's have a listen here. Yeah, so what a strange voice. That's it. So let's pull this back here.
You really got me going. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now.
That's good so far.
Don't ever set me free. I always wanna be by your side.
So you can hear the Van Halen's a bit.
So I can't sleep at night.
Oh, hold on a minute. Lyrics. Oh dear. Just let it run to make sure the arrangement's all good. Maybe turn that guy down a bit. Ooh. Double solos. Oh man, Eddie, go for it, man. Eddie, go! Wanga wanga wang. There we go. Yeah, he goes on for another length because it's Eddie. So we need to go back. So that's where the singing starts again. Let's look at where. I mean, I think the lyrics are different, but that's how we have to roll with these things. So let's pull that guy back there. Yeah, that's right. Well, this is going to be a hideous end blend, isn't it? Here we go. Sounds like they're flat, doesn't it? Okay, that'd probably be easier to hear when there's a few little separate parts. So the arrangement's pretty much there. I'm gonna let gonna let Van Halen do some stuff at the end there because they like having fun, don't they? So I'm now going to route both of these through the Plogue environment that is ultimately, it's too boring to go into in very much detail, but ultimately all it is I'm sending a MIDI note that just like MIDI doesn't really matter what note it is, it's just ons and offs, and they are forcing routing changes in here. So you can sort of see this is unnecessarily complicated interface for what it's doing, but so what we'll do, they're both routed through Plogue. We need one going through that channel, that one going through that channel, and so you can see this switch here that's being controlled by the MIDI basically, and this is changing the routing, changing what input's being routed to the output ultimately. And there's like a smoother function to make it do the kind of softer crossfade, and this is a lot harder. Now, it really sounds like this is a little bit flat. This is discombobulating to listen to, isn't it? But it does help work out the average pitch. Well, where I should re-pitch Van Halen to. It sounds about right now. Sounds like it's still a bit flat. That sounds better. I should. Yeah, so this is going slightly insane, isn't it? Rock out. So let's just start again. Let's have a listen. Let's save it. See, one of the things about this, where it's been designed as I can switch which one is on the beat or not. So does it sound better with the Kinks on the on beat or Van Halen on the on beat? On here, one. So this, at the moment, this is Kinks on the on beat. That is shonky, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is turn the tempo down a bit because it's still running at the Van Halen tempo and we want it more at the Kinks tempo. Sounds like this is too sharp. Side. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I can sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm going there. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me. It's just. What I'll do here is chop all that off. And when that's faded, that needs a chop and a long note. No looping. I just need it to. It's been such a while. Ah, here we go. So we need that. Where's my flipping note? There. And that should last to the end of their noise. Have a listen. I wondered why it was so... Yeah, so that's what it's supposed to sound like. The wide Van Halen mix and the mono Kinks mix.
You really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so.
Yeah, some...
You really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't.
Something weird going on there. Let's look at that.
Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah.
Pull that guy back.
You got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so.
That looks like that's supposed to be on that. That's a kick.
Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm going there. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me. Please don't ever let me free. I only wanna be by your side.
Oh, there's some flamming there going on, isn't it? Let's just see if we can fix that.
Don't let me free. I wanna be by your side.
That guy.
Never let me only want to be by your side. Never let me only want by your side. You never got me need. You only want I keep by that night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me. Oh
Nice. Two solos. Which one's which? Which one is which?
Gonna really let me for now. I'm just wanna know your side.
Just see if there's anything I can fix up there.
So I can sleep. Gonna really let me for now. I'm just wanna know your side. For now, I'm just wanna know your side. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I can sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm going there. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can sleep at night. Yeah, you really.
Just gonna stick a... Yeah, I think that is pretty much done. I'm just gonna stick a rough compression.
So I can sleep at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really got me now. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can sleep at night.
Oh yeah, okay, let's fix that guy.
Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm going there. Oh yeah, you really got me now. your side. Girl, you really got me neat. You only want I keep back that night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me. Oh no.
Really got me. Really got me. Okay. And that's the end of that one. Well, I hope that was interesting to some people and not the others, not the other people. But if you got this far, thank you very much, and have a lovely day. Goodbye.